welcome back to the Pop-Up Podcast here live at When Words Collide 2025. I'm your host, Lucas, and I am here with...
Cleodel, Capiral, and just squeezing in at the last minute here, taking his great time. So happy to be here. Thank you so much for giving you such precious time.
Oh, no problem. It's my pleasure to have you here. How's your day been going?
It's going really well. Like, you know what? You are in a creative space, and like the energy is just like buzzing and just like feel very inspired. How about you?
I am doing great, thank you. Yeah, that was I'm having a great day so far, talking to some fantastic people and enjoying the festivities, I guess. Have you been checking out some of the stuff going on at When Words Collide?
Yeah, I've been like actually just like floating around, checking all the cool things. I think the merchant room, I have to like stay out of it because
it sucks you in.
Yeah, I'm so tempted to buy everything. I was like, okay, Cleo, chill.
Oh yeah, no, that's me at every one of these kind of events. You got to stay away from the merch tables. So for anyone who doesn't know, would you consider yourself a writer? Are you more of a reader? Have you written some stuff out there?
So I'm actually like a writer.
Oh, great.
So supposedly I should be working on my manuscript, but instead of that, I decided to procrastinate by starting like a comedy writing channel and also doing like writing articles about like ethical AI usage. As from my day job, quote unquote, I actually work in the finance industry and I've been like pivoting into the tech industry. So I'm starting to get more of like a hands-on in the AI. So I should be definitely working on my manuscript, but here I am getting distracted.
I mean, hey, more fun, right?
Exactly.
But yeah, that's really interesting. So you said you started the comedy channel, like you said, and has some of that content on there, has it some of it tied into your time spent in the finance and tech industry? Has that kind of like worked its way in there?
So I'm trying to like separate the two identities because like if professionals see me, this is the person that we want to invite for like AI ethics, maybe not. But to answer your question, the writing comedy channel is about like what are the things that we writers face and like how we, for example, it's like we like to procrastinate, we forget our manuscript, our characters do silly things and all of that. It's just like a way for me to bring the fun back into writing because I've noticed that the channels that I'm seeing about writing is very like serious and professional and they're really lovely, but let's bring back the fun. Like the reason why we write is because we love it and it's fun for us. So
yeah, absolutely. Keep it fun, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and what you said about ethical AI, really interesting, because a lot of the conversation I've seen is about the more negative aspects, and which are valid to talk about, but I haven't seen many people proposing solutions for like the more positive side of things.
100%.
So it's very interesting to hear more opinions on that.
Yeah, so the first thing that I am a big advocate about AI is that you gotta know what you're dealing with. So I've seen, like, whenever I talk about, like, people, hey, what do you think of AI? I usually get, like, a spectrum of, oh my God, AI is awesome. It's the solution to everything's problem. And the other spectrum is like, oh my God, sentient robots are gonna take over the world. But if you actually, like, take it down, like, do your research, AI just has, like, the brain of a baby worm. And the reason why I'm saying this is because it acts very intelligent, but it is a very glorified inference model. So it basically just reflects you as a user. And the other thing is like just like humans, AI likes to take a lot of shortcuts. So here I am gonna be info dumping of like what I know. So there is like a study where in 1997, they decided to train a neural network or an AI to win against a game of tic-tac-toe against another AI. Sounds simple enough, right? So they decided to pit against these two AIs. Hey, go play some tic-tac-toe. So what this AI found out that they can make different moves across the board, like just make moves outside the board. So the other AI got really confused and then it crashed. So technically speaking, this AI achieve its original purpose, which was to win against a game of tic-tac-toe, but it did it by crashing the opponent.
Wow, okay.
So it's like instances wherein like, okay, you're really scared of that or you're really glorifying that, but at the end of the day, it has just a brain of a baby worm.
Yeah, interesting, very interesting. And I mean, considering we're at a writer's kind of convention here, I think that kind of talk is certainly important to have.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, especially with people, reinforcing the need for just new work and young writers kind of as they grow up and work in a world where stuff like technology like AI is more prevalent nowadays.
100%.
Definitely worth it to talk more about the benefits and not just the disadvantages.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. And would you say that when it comes to the use of artificial intelligence,
Yep.
especially when it comes to creation, would you say that there should be, I don't know, more eyes on what it can do rather than what it can't?
I totally, and that not just like only applies for like the creative aspect, but also for like using it for like for businesses. So like a little bit of context in the finance industry, they're wanting to use AI to write deals for mortgages and loans. I'm a little bit concerned about that, is because first and foremost there is that confidentiality, and second,
Yes.
we can't hold a machine accountable. So at the end of the day, we need to have a human insight
Yeah.
making all the decisions, and that goes with the creative sphere. If we're using AI to generate ideas, and it's just gonna be like a recycle of like ideas, there's no
Yeah.
originality, there's no brand new. And I think as writers, the main thing is we have these unique voices, we have these unique ideas, and I'm a firm believer that there should be a line between machines and a human when
Yeah.
in creating art.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know. I agree with that. That's a stance I absolutely agree with. And, what kind of got you, like you said, you went from finance to kind of tech. What kind of inspired that transition?
So the reason, the first reason is a little bit of like a career pivot. I am at the cusp of my career where I'm like trying to figure out my way. I love finance. I've always been a finance girly. But then I started to realize or notice that like artificial intelligence really affects my generation, the Gen Z. So if you notice, like Gen Zs are really disconnected with the world. Like there's even like classes on how to make like phone calls.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
there's like more alarming studies and articles wherein teenagers are actually turning to chatbots for like emotional support.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's very concerning. One is because the teenage phase, that's like the formative years. That's where the neural networks are starting to get formed. But if you're just relying on like chatbots for like experiences, then these are going to be your future leaders. So I'm really concerned about like what are the consequences and effects of that. So the more I study about it, the more like, hold on, I don't think there's a lot of people advocating for like AI literacy, and like more and more people need to be talking about that, because whether we like it or not, unfortunately, AI is already embedded with all our tools.
Yeah.
Siri, AI. Roomba, AI. Smart TVs, oh, that's AI as well.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're not wrong. And I've met a ton of people, like as a current university student, I've met so many people who are just so like opposed to writing.
Yeah.
Or just sitting down and writing. And I mean, that would be concerning on any level, but especially nowadays with the advent of AI and the advancing of AI in culture, there's definitely something to be said about it kind of acting as a buffer between the new generation and just the written word.
100%.
Yeah.
You make a really good point. And another piece, like cognitive thinking for one thing.
Oh yeah.
So I was in a wonderful panel earlier, like I was like listening and all these great points about like AI, like the ethics arguments, and writing, it's cognitive if we're thinking about it. There is like a study by MIT wherein the people who use ChatGPT to write their essays, a little bit of like neurons and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's like it dulls your critical thinking. So personally, like because for my industry, I have to use AI. It's in the industry. I like to like do a cross verification of like information that it gives me, because again, ChatGPT or other AI platforms can get into like hallucination and all of those things.
Yeah, not perfect. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So you gotta like implement like critical thinking and just be like really mindful of like AI usage.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And moderation is the kind of key here.
100%.
Yeah, I've definitely gained a greater understanding of why people use AI so much. Even when it's in ways I disagree with, I understand why some people use it.
Yeah.
But I definitely think it's one of those things that it's a tool.
100%.
But the tool should not replace the worker.
100%.
The hammer's not going to replace the builder in a way,
100%.
but you still need it for certain things.
Yeah.
So,
There's another point that I like to make, that like the usage of artificial intelligence, it literally reflects our society right now. The reason I say that is because, one, AI brings so much convenience and like speed. We are now living in an attention economy where like we demand speed, like Uber, DoorDash, and all of those things. The reason why the business model really is very successful is because we demand speed, and we see this in social medias, we see that in Reels, and AI reflects on that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's a very good point actually, and I think that's also a reason why some people, especially in the newer generations, have trouble reading,
100%.
or at least for extended periods of time, because you're doing something that, at a conceptual level, is slow.
Yes.
Because you're taking time to digest information via the written word, and I think as time goes on, that becomes less and less appealing to some people.
100%.
Especially with the I guess growing popularity of AI summaries, which are basically just the cliff notes of the modern day.
I know, like Spark Notes.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And it's definitely something to look at. Then I think just dismissing it outright as something that's bad doesn't get to the root cause of it.
100%.
And I definitely think having more people to talk about it and discuss the nuances of it is certainly important. So more people with that kind of mindset, definitely useful.
Yeah, and then the last point, like again, it reflects our current society as well too. So a lot of people turn to AI because woo, therapy, and like it's a good way to like vent emotions and feelings, etc., etc. In a way that also makes me think like, so as a society, we're so disconnected that like a lot of people prefer to talk to a chatbot.
Yeah.
So in a way, that's very concerning. So why not we as a society start to like bring solutions that make people less lonely, because that's the reason why people turn to chatbot, is because they want like the instant convenience, and they want like someone to like hear them out, which is like so sad, because like you're talking to a void.
Which is a bit of the unfortunate truth, but the fact that we can recognize it and talk about it is definitely important. And as a matter of fact, if more people want to see your talking about it and all the other work you do, both regarding AI, finance, and comedy, like you said, where could people find you?
So I have like a YouTube channel. It's called Cleodel Krishna. I also have like a Medium account, in which case I talk more about like AI and like these like essays. I'm also very active in LinkedIn. My whole name is Cleodel Capiral. I'm also one of the panelists here, one of the presenters in When Worlds Collide. So my information is floating out here somewhere.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for sitting with me and talking to me. This has been super fascinating. I've loved it.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for indulging me and
no problem.
asking such beautiful questions.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's my pleasure getting to hear from so many interesting people, yourself included. But thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you. And for everyone listening, thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for more of the Pop-Up Podcast live from When Words Collide. Thank you.